We gonna do it this way because every time I get to talking that real spit, my shit get cut short. And I guess when you record the video, it has the time limit set as reference to you going live, where a person can just interfere with your signal. Because first off, if I'm going live, you're not in the position to determine whether I'm doing something that's against y'all rules or not. This is why I fuck with IG. Follow me at I Stay Winning on Instagram. Okay, check this out. It's all these different energies. Like, I had this dream a couple of nights ago. It's not really a dream. I call them premonitions because I've had them before. And usually this particular one entails that somebody is stalking me. So anyway, I had this vision that somebody was watching through a window. I didn't necessarily see myself. I didn't see the individual. I just was basically, I guess, in my higher dimension, looking down on this individual looking through this window. You know what I'm saying? And usually when I had that vision, somebody's stalking me. For instance, the first time I had somebody was looking through the window. Somebody, I like to say, use the term sperm donor, but yeah, they was kicking through my side door, and I happened to be at home with a cousin and my younger child. And the second time I had it, basically somebody was literally sitting outside my house. Individuals that were non-related to the first incident was sitting outside my house. And basically they was watching me through my window, and I was watching them watching me. So I guess I've been chilling at my aunt's house or whatever. And one day I wake up, and my son, I'm looking at all the blinds, and her curtains. I'm like, damn, who been ruffling all the blinds? But of course, she got bars all around her house, I guess, because of the area she live in or whatever. So I'm like, my son was like, it was me, mama. You know what I'm saying? Because that of this, not of that, he picked up on it too or whatever. So I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, who could it be? But anyway, it's all these different energies surrounding me, like lower frequencies, and I'm picking up on them, and they're agitating the fuck out of me. And it's come to my attention that one of the energies is more violent or more aggressive because they have a time limit, which I'm aware of, you know what I'm saying, to their fuckery. And I guess because my son 5 years old, I'm assuming this energy would have to be the Aquarian energy, because not only is my son an Aquarius, but the sperm donor is an Aquarius too. And I guess, I don't know, it's like they're obsessed. Like obsessed to the point where they want to be like physically, like I'm like every time their energy come around, I always hear, I'm going to get you, I'm going to kill you, that type of shit. And it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And nobody knows where they are, where they hide. I guess they're bed hopping, or I'm seeing that Aquarian energy is surrounded by the Aries energy. It's Aries in my family that's protective over this individual, because visiting in this area is the person who I was visiting, the relative I was visiting, their Aries, and visiting this area is where I met the individual at. So basically the energy is negative. The individual is very dangerous to themselves and to others. You know what I'm saying? And I guess their goal is to stay free until they're to the point where they can catch me in a vulnerable position or whatever. So I don't know what the fuck, but I'm ready. Click, click. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. And the life they're living is very reckless. It's reckless to their other children if there's any involved. It's reckless to any females that's involved in them. And it's also detrimental to the well-being of my child. You know, my child is not openly exposed to it. He's, you know, he has this, you know, he can pick up on the energy and it frightens him. And he's aggressive too. He's a February Aquarius. You know, they're going to hold it down financially, and they family oriented. So it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, am I the only one that can feel, that sees this to the point, like, it's just ridiculous. It's mad crazy. So while I'm working on me and my new thing, you know what I'm saying, like, I keep on getting bombarded with this, and it's like my aunt's been gone for I'm gonna say about 3 days, and that energy since she been gone has been highly agitating. You know, it's been very, to the point, I guess since he's a sperm donor, to the point where he's transmuting hysteria to like, I guess he's trying to send it to the uterus. But like I said, I guess me and my son's bond, it's like it doesn't affect me like he intended. It's more so affecting my son because he doesn't understand. I was offered all these choices to dim it. And I'm like, no, let his light shine bright. He's not going to hurt himself. He's not going to hurt me. He's not going to hurt anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You just got to capture that energy. They don't want to listen. So, yeah, that's what it is. And it's like, I don't got time for that shit. But yeah, I don't know why people like, and to the point where like even my car, like I guess I'm dealing with other situations with that where they want to affect it. I be seeing people, like if I walk to the store or something, I see people coming off the side, like my auntie don't have a man, at least not a live-in man. Nobody has access to her house outside of the Aries, which is the person who I feel is misleading the Aquarian energy that's resulting in it harassing me, because every time my aunt leaves, you know what I'm saying, this energy come around her house and they're not welcome. They're not welcome physically by her, and they're not, you know, welcome spiritually, because all their intent is always negative. So what I'm trying to figure out is, she's an Aries, but I know, she might be opening up the situation, creating vulnerable situations for the individual to approach me, I guess leaving it all to me. But the Aries energy is the mothering energy, and my mother, birth mother, happens to be an Aries, and she's inviting to this energy because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But she's inviting to this energy, and it's a lot of legal stuff going on, and this, that, and the third, and it's just very destructive. You know, and I don't want the energy. I do not want this individual in my life. I don't want them in my son's life. I actually moved on about 3.5, 4 years ago permanently. And it seemed like once the proposal came in from the partner that I chose to cohabit with, all this other burden started coming down to leave me open so that this other individual could try to come back. And I don't want this individual. It's also come to my attention that this individual may or may not be married. And the marriage had to take place, I guess, sometime within the past, let me say about 5 years. My son is 5 years old. So between, and I guess doing that, after that individual married, had to marry around the time my son was 2, because I got my engagement proposal at 18, when my son was 18 months. You know what I'm saying? And it was going to be this big celebration and all that, which he did have at Play Atlantis. Shout out to Play Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? And my proposal was going to be announced, but it was paused because the energies got aggressive. And they were like, well, if this individual is going to come, the Sagittarius is the person that I chose. If this individual is going to come around, and then we're not going to be involved, you think I give a fuck? And I'm coming out of $300 or something, like me and my son turned the fuck up. You dig? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, then I get this phone, like right after my son's 2nd birthday, like in between, a little bit before he turned 3, I get this person coming around talking about the Aquarius, the sperm donor, talking about, oh, you had a party, you didn't invite me, nigga. You don't come to none of my son parties. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was 1, he had a regular party. When he was 2, it was Play Atlantis. When he was 3, it was Chuck E. Cheese. When it was 4, he wanted a whole, what did he get, a hotel room or whatever? No, he's into electronics. He's highly intelligent to be 5 years old. You know, when he was 5, he turned 5, he got a hotel suite where it's always just me and him. Like, even if no one else comes, he's going to get a check. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let him do what he do for whatever reason. You feel me? It might not be 20 G's or 10 G's, but it's what I have to offer for my child. So yeah, so this energy's been coming back around because apparently since they married the person, like, and it's crazy because I didn't even know all this was going on. I only was involved with the person for like 4 months. And the purpose of me even coming across this individual is because, like I said, I met him. This is where the Virgo come in as female. When I met the individual, you know, I guess the Virgo was a good friend of his. It happened to be a cousin of mine. And her thing was, I got to help my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? And so she was, I don't know why my face looks so dry on this camera because it's really not. It's really glowing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Yeah, she wanted to help her homeboy. So she like, you the money man, cuz. Go ahead and plug them in, plug them in. You know what I'm saying? So I put the nigga to work. And in 3 months, he was out of his mama house. For some reason, I got locked up. Now, this was no illegal activity. So basically, I got locked up coming from the gun range. I went to go chill, you know, I don't know, on some bullshit. That's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? I don't even talk about it because it was expunged. Because like I said, there was no criminal activity involved on my part. I'm not aware of the other individuals' endeavors in the situation. All I know is I was just chilling. And hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever. You feel me? So all this time I've been living my life, you know, doing my thing. And I'm like, this motherfucker coming back around like he offering me like, well, maybe if I get your nigga out the way, we're not going to use the N-word. You know what I'm saying? But maybe if I get this individual off the way, you know what I'm saying, I'll have the opportunity to come back. Like, how? Like when you knocking on a locked door and the individual ain't saying who is it, whether they see you and you see them or not, more than likely you're not invited. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if I'm alone, because right now I've been in my for about 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh, this individual really thought, this Aquarian energy really thought that if I cause hell in her life, she had no choice but to come back to me. The last time I spoke to this person, pop a bottle of, I guess, cognac, a little shot. And he was basically like, love to get you killed. And I'm like, what you talking about? He like, ain't your nigga in jail? I'm like, uh-huh. So apparently, it was evident. It's so crazy how when people do stuff to you and you're one of those intuitive people and you know it, but you don't want to be the crazy one. And then they have the audacity to let it slip out their mouth. And you're like, all right, bet it up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those situations. So it's like this whole time I'm sitting up here trying to figure out, like, I know it's this person and I know da-da-da-da-da. But I'm like, but it's like they feel like they gave up whatever they gave up for me. Nigga, that shit was dead. And you figure, you know what I'm saying? Because they had this controlling sense. But once I decided I didn't want them no more, the energy that they thought they were teaching me a lesson, because they was trying to play both fields. So I guess they married the one that was least likely to excel. Because they know, well, this person is strong-headed and she gonna fight for me. No, the fuck I'm not. Nigga, I'm a gem. We do's us. I say it all the time. I'm like, you ever notice that in the Gemini moon, it's always getting money, love, new relationships, moving on, building, you know what I'm saying? New friends, and like all these other moons, they have these contemplations. Like, that's crazy. And then it's crazy because in the Gemini moon, the masculine and the feminine energy both be on stab. You understand? So it's like, I mean, what the fuck? Ain't nothing I can do but sit and wait. Like, literally, I avoided the whole situation to speed up time. And they keep on thinking I'm going to have a change of heart. So me and my son got to constantly keep going through hell. Like, I'm ready to catch a case. Real nigga shit. Like, I'm ready to catch a case for me and mine. And it takes so much to prevent from me becoming a martyr, to stay away from this individual when they're, like I said, I be having the peeking through my window vision when they're close by. Usually around the weekend time. So, and anytime you have that vision, when you have a gift of sight, it's usually somebody stalking you, and it's usually for detrimental purposes. And like I said, with this specific person, every time I have that premonition, I always hear, I'm going to get you. I'm going to kill you. I'm like, well, first off, nigga, if you wasn't playing peekaboo, we'll find out who was going to get who first. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no my blood is gang over here. You feel me? But that's neither here nor there. I just had to get that off my chest because it's so fucking funny, yo. It's real crazy, yo. And it's like, I'm not even stuck. It's hilarious because I'm like, dang, live your life, boy. You young. You know what I'm saying? Get your bag up, get your brand up, and, you know, better make the smart choices, like, while you still can. You feel me? But I'm going to leave it at that because Annie is okay. You dig?